We are the weirdos, mister.
Hey, what's up? It's me. It's been a minute. I have had a major filming block, and I know why, and I'm just gonna discuss it today. I have no idea if I'm gonna make this live for YouTube or not. If I do, it would be on the Audra at Home channel, not the Audra Range channel. Este porque Audra Range is just for like media and, you know, whatever. But I had things on my mind and I felt like, you know what? I need to talk about it. All right. I also have, listen, patrons, channel members. Hello to y'all. Thank you so much. I was able to get my hands on the Ritual Defeat Foundation is the word we're looking for. If I'm a little awkward with my movements, I just had an adjustment because my spine is, it's shaped like a lightning bolt at this point. So I am seeing a chiropractor, hopefully getting some of that in order, which means I have an ice pack, which I'm going to be moving back and forth between my back and my neck. They crackled my neck, baby. So also, as you know, I'm a messy bitch. So that definitely means that I'm not going to pretend that I have my shit together when I so obviously don't. It's fine. I just don't. Anyways, let us get started. Patrons, channel members, you can feel free to ask me what products I am using throughout this, and I will let y'all know. Everybody else, there will be nothing in the description box because I don't care.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Should I come in closer? I feel like it doesn't matter. I'm just chatting and who cares? I will later. Fine. So y'all, listen, I said earlier I've been having a filming block, and I think that is because, you know, I obviously left the beauty community at large quite abruptly for a lot of other folks, but not for me. And I feel like I just really haven't delved into it. Like, it's cute right now watching the palm-colored YouTube girlies like eat up Marlena Stell's bullshit. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to start anything. But you know what? A friend of mine reminded me of something, and that is that I'm practically invisible on this platform. So I'm gonna say what I want. It doesn't matter. So here's the thing. I think that it's wild, the revisionist history that comes out of it. And she's saying all this stuff and everybody's acting like she's just doing so much for the community, but everybody forgets that she also helped to blow it up. Like, y'all's memories are shorter than Tory Lanez, and that's wild. Shorter than Kevin Hart on a good day, baby. Anyways, it's very interesting to just kind of watch the revisionist history go down when what killed the beauty community was white nonsense. And I'll say it, I don't care, because it's the truth. Now, I know that there are people who will want to do the cute little thing where they'll be like, well, there was the Rich Lives Matter cake. Y'all, come on now. Let's be very real about what actually, was that on CNN? Was that like national news coverage? I think not. Let's be honest, okay? And so like all that white nonsense played out, and we see it still happening with the Tarte trip. Now, I've talked about it a little bit, like live stream, but I haven't been able to marinate on it like I do. If you hear any extra noises, it's Bo making himself comfortable on top of my pile of laundry that was previously on this floor, but I put it in that chair because I'm extra like that. Anyways, it's just interesting watching this Tarte thing happen because here, if I boil it down to what it really is, so for those of you who do not know, Bria was supposed to go on a Tarte trip and then felt like she was being shafted, so she didn't go. And then two other Black creators, one of them is Fanita, the other one, I don't even want to mention her because she's just something else. They went in her stead, and it became this big mess. And there are still people right now who are just like, it's not even racism. Like, baby, please be quiet. This conversation is not even for you. So let it go. Anyways, here's the thing. My issue with all of them is all three of y'all were wrong. All three of y'all. Here's why you were. We all know Tarte has a history of this. And even if you maybe didn't know, a quick Google search will tell you that. I regularly Google brands, and I Google the brand and then racist, right? If a brand contacts me, which they don't as much anymore, because I basically abandoned a 10K channel, and we'll get into that more. But when brands contact me, I will put their brand name and then racist next to it and see what comes up. Now, I'm not gonna get mad at something that happened in 1872 because everybody was racist and it's really difficult to distinguish. But 2022, 2016, 2018, and you haven't shown any improvement, baby, I'm side-eyeing.
Criminal offensive
side eye.
So if you looked at those search results and you still were like, no, they've changed, they haven't. And it's wild that you would think that they would. The brand industry on the whole hasn't changed since 2016. Black creators will never be welcome. They're always gonna treat us as less than. It's wild that you would think that you were different because you're not. And so you went there thinking like, oh, they're gonna respect me. I'm gonna push this and push it. That's 2 little drops, we'll see. That's okay. This is a fun color. We shall see how this melds into my skin because I am quintessentially yellow underneath here. Ooh, that's looking scary. We'll see. We'll see. Things blend. Things blend. Don't be scared. I'm already scared. We're frightened. This is not the shade that it looked. My God. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Will it? We're gonna find out. It better be because I'm gonna stream after this and I don't want to look like a monster, but it will because I did kind of color test a little bit of it, and once it settles, it looks pretty good. It may not look good on camera, and that's that on that. I can't change that. It's a bright ass light, and it do be doing too much. Anyways, these girls really all thought that they were gonna somehow be treated differently. Yes, Fanita, you were a token. You were a replacement token because Bria didn't show up and Bria got on the internet. Now, here's the thing. I feel like all y'all are just silly for having engaged in this. I really need more Black people to just stop going on these trips. Like, stop going. They didn't invite you because they give a shit about Black people. They invited you because they needed this drama, and they knew that by treating you like shit, it was going to happen. Like, they knew that by treating you differently, you were gonna have some shit to say. You were gonna get out here. You were gonna be like, oh my God, they treated me unfairly. They knew that. They knew that. It's all like, it's a conspiracy. Let me put my tinfoil hat on. Outrage marketing has been Tarte's go-to for like eternity. Let's not pretend. Oh my God, I told y'all. I said it was gonna, and now look, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, but it's just wild to me that like people don't realize that that's been Tarte's marketing strategy since it worked that first time, and they have never looked back. They just keep using it. They just keep like, yep, we're gonna make people mad and then pretend we're gonna change, which we're not going to because we're Tarte. And then we're gonna invite some more Black people along on a trip. We're gonna do the same shit all over again. Everybody's gonna act surprised. They're gonna be out here like, oh, surprise Pikachu face. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, it's so irritating because I think what I find sad about this is like Black creators just insist on trying to participate in white nonsense, and that's what this was. This was them trying to participate in white nonsense, and baby, you can't do that because you're not white. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all can do certain things, but you can't do this. Here's the thing, Bria, if you had been a white creator coming out and being like, they've done all these things and like blah, 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 people would have done so much to help you. Tarte would have done all this stuff. They would have invited you to some other bullshit, gave you a big ass room and did all this stuff instead of just sending you free product. Now, girl.
That's my opinion!
Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good trip that I don't have to pay for. Do you know what I mean? Everybody does. I went on a trip with a man once on a 3rd date to Florida. Did I get murdered? Obviously not. I'm here. But the point is, I went because it was free. And I had a great time. I didn't have to pay for it. I ate a lot of seafood. I had like, you know them fancy cocktails? What are they called? Craft cocktails with the people in a weird little bar, a speakeasy, if you will. Jesus. Anyway, I did that. It was a funnish time, you know? The guy was, I don't really even remember his name, to be honest. And I know that that's terrible, but it's true. Whenever people piss me off, I just like erase them from my memory. And it works. Thanks, autism. So anyway. I just feel like when you're talking about why the beauty space died, because we're gonna jump around in subjects because that's what I do. First of all, this is not a space for Black people, okay? This isn't. The beauty community is overwhelmingly, largely white. And I just don't feel like this is the space for us to enjoy our beauty community. Like, I think if you're Black and you're doing beauty, if you didn't already make it, like, they're not gonna, you know, you're not Nima Tang, you're not Jackie Aina, like, you're not Alyssa Ashley. You gotta go to TikTok. And I just really don't want to do makeup content on TikTok, to be honest. Not in a rude way. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. I like to watch TikTok. I like to do like weird random TikToks. But I'm not a fan so much of like doing the whole You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, the beauty community is white. It will continue to be white. And as a very good friend of mine put in, black women do in fact run the internet to a certain degree. And I just think that a lot of black women in general aren't watching beauty, which is why we're watching the views go down. And a lot of the black women aren't watching beauty because there aren't black women. So, like, I feel like a lot of black creators on YouTube that used to do beauty just escaped and did something else, because why do something that doesn't really do a lot for you? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be creating content, even as a hobby, the goal is for other people to share your hobby and to enjoy it. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't feel like that's happening, you know, share some of your other hobbies. Me, I'm sharing my music and oh jeez, I'm sharing all of my like media joy. You know what I mean? I'm out here like, this is so fun. I like this thing. Do y'all like this thing? Talk about movies and other things that are happening on YouTube. Just like whatever I feel like doing that day. It's kind of whatever I want channel, as D'Angelo Wallace would say. It's like, hi, I'm Audra, and I just do whatever I want, actually. And I like that, and that's fun. And the thing is, you have to consider the fact that, like, I'm not the only black creator who abandoned a channel that was monetized with a healthy amount of subscribers. Let me tell you why. Here's the thing. Even with the monetization, first of all, that's not great for my taxes, okay? I'm single, all right? I don't have a partner. I don't have any freaking kids. So I get penalized quite heavily for how much money I make. And it's not enough. It's not a lot of money. It's not like, oh my gosh, I make so much money. No, it's just like, you're single. If you make over like 30K and you're single, baby, they're coming for you. And they're like, you owe us money. Government, get the fuck out of here. I hate our, anyways, we're gonna let that go. But the point is that I hope I have enough brushes on here to use, and I do. Yes. The point of all of that is that there's a reason that we're doing that, especially if you have a channel that's been out here for a minute or two or three. If you have a channel that's really just been out here, I've had that channel, or this channel that I'm on, I guess, since like 2016. And since it didn't like blow up, and I am a minority and I'm in beauty, what that means for me is that the channel just keeps getting progressively worse. It also means that when you have 10K subscribers and you're barely getting views, that it's just going to continuously push every video that you make further down into the algorithm, which means even the people who are subscribed to your channel and live for you can't see your stuff, right? Even the people who have notifications on aren't getting the noties, because YouTube does not actually give notifications to everyone who said they wanted notifications. Watch your notifications. The notifications you get the most for are the channels that you actually click on and watch. Like, that's just how it is. This isn't a shaming thing, because there's plenty of people's channels whom I watch, and then sometimes I'm just not in the mood, and when the notification comes up, I'm like, not today, baby, not today, maybe tomorrow, you know? And sometimes I maybe tomorrow them too much, and that's, you know, that's my own fault, you know? Lesson slightly learned? No, I didn't learn anything. Anyways, the point is that once that starts happening and you have a 10K channel or whatever channel, if you have 60 some odd K like Kelsey Brianna J does, and you're only getting like 1,000 views, like, that does not help you. It only harms you. And there's no reason to keep pushing that hard on a channel that is really just getting shoveled further and further down. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help those who enjoy your channel. It just hurts everybody. It hurts everybody all around. Like, if you're somebody who watches my content and you enjoy it and you watch it fairly regularly, cool. But the problem is, if you're somebody who's like, oh, I'll watch it later, and of course you can, because I do the same thing. This is, again, not an admonishment. But if you're someone who does that, then you're like, oh, I'll watch it later. And then eventually you stop getting notifications because you watched it later like 3 times, which really irritates me about YouTube. Like, that is some shit, ain't it? They be out here just tricking you, and you're like, I didn't mean that I don't ever want to see them again. I just meant that, like, right now I wasn't in the mood, because there's channels that I want to actually watch the video, right? Right. And as I said previously, the whole point of creating the content is so that people can actually watch it. And it's not fun if not enough people get to see it, or people feel like they're not seeing your shiz. And I feel very confident that the I watch people who look like me crowd are going to come out of the woodworks, but they're like, I'm not anything because I'm not racist because I watch people who look like me. Baby, first of all, nobody really said that. You did, so you have a good day with that. But the reality of the situation that you don't ever think about because you don't have to, because everything is catered to you, is that as a white person, obviously you don't really think about the fact that when I open up YouTube, I don't have a choice. So for a lot of Black creators to even find anyone who does makeup, who looks like them, it is a chore. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. Because even if you put Black to specify, being like, no, I want a Black content creator, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna show you white women who did Black makeup. And I'm not talking about blackface. I'm literally talking about like goth. They will really do that to you. You'll be like, Black makeup, Black women with makeup. They'll just show you female goths. It is a whole ass mess. So we basically have to do like a whole to-do to find other Black creators, not even just in makeup, just generally. You have to start like working in the underground railroad of YouTube to like look for other Black content creators. And then to top it all off, we also have other Black content creators who are weirdly gatekeepers because they feel in some weird way, shape, or form
there can be only one.
And it's wild to watch. You're just sitting there like, all right, I guess. You know what I mean? Just like making his face like, I don't see why. Okay, I guess your plan is like, you think that since there's only room for one, you just gatekeep. You don't let anybody else in. There's a reason that in all of those not another teen movie type movies that there was this running joke about being the token Black guy, because it's actually not a joke. It's quite very much reality for a lot of Black folks. And instead of welcoming other people to the table, they just shut the door behind them because they're terrified that if another Black person comes up, they will somehow become irrelevant. So that's a thing too. So yeah, I just feel like there's that. And then there is the way in which all that drama went down, and people either refuse to let it go and move on, but also like people really have zero idea how freaking expensive being a beauty content creator is. And they're just like out here like, well, it was made bad because I saw this on BGC, like somebody even said something about how sponsorships are what ruined it. And like, honey, sponsorships and PR are not what ruined it. Again, it was white nonsense. Like, people getting PR is what actually keeps the community moving, because if people didn't get it, like, this shit is expensive. Most of us have large amounts of at least thousands of dollars of makeup, and a large amount of that is purchased by us. But especially if you're a smaller creator, you have to. But it's eventually at some point you wake up and you're like, you know what, I'm not really getting a lot out of this. Like, I love creating the content and that's fun and I'm happy that it's happening. Howsoever, I quite literally cannot afford to keep doing like upgrades and changing this and changing that, and to keep creating content that people want. So when people want to say things like, oh, they're phoning it in, you're damn right they are. Like, this is a hobby. I feel like a lot of y'all just don't even understand that either. Like, it is a hobby for a lot of people. This is a fun hobby, but it started getting expensive, especially with the lure and idea that you could make it a career, which a lot of people do. I know I won't. I know it will not be a career for me, and that is okay. I actually prefer to keep it a hobby because I have a full-time ass job, which a lot of us do have as well. And again, that's where it comes in. Trying to keep up with this, along with it being very expensive. Let's be very real in that beauty, especially today, moves at record speeds. Like, it's so fast. It's a lot, and it's constantly new releases, new products, new this. And even if you can afford on your own to buy everything without using one single sponsorship, without one single ounce of PR, like, that's so unrealistic because, like, y'all, really, this shit is expensive. Like, it's expensive. Just the equipment that I'm filming with right now. Anyways. But you're having to try to make 3 videos a week just to keep up. And baby, listen, if I have to choose between paying my rent with like my job that pays my rent and a new review or editing that, I'm not gonna do that. Also, also, I'm diversified. I have many other things that I enjoy in my life. One of those things is definitely and certainly video games. Like, I love Twitch. Twitch has become like my favorite little home. Reason being, I don't have to be anything special when I get on there. You know what I mean? If I want to put on makeup, I do. If I don't want to put on makeup, I don't. I can film, like, I don't have to film anything. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to hop on, have fun, and play my game. On YouTube, I have to film this. Like, I'm filming this video right now, and then when I'm done filming it, I have to then edit it, and then I have to upload it, and have to put all the shit in it. That's why my description box is mostly going to just be empty, because I'm not doing that no more either. Because, hey, the viewers have spoken. They don't like to use your affiliate links. They don't like feeling like they're being sold to. Well, guess what? I don't like selling shit either. So, like, that works out perfectly for all of us. But realistically, it's like people try to offset, like, those sponsorships and all of that aren't about making money. And I feel like, not in the sense that you mean. I feel like a lot of people are just trying to recoup the difference in between what the hell they spent trying to get makeup and products for things that people ask for to see. And then, you know, if you have a little extra so that you can go to the chiropractor, great. But realistically, I wouldn't want this to be my full-time job, because I see the girlies who are doing it full-time, and it just seems like not fun. It really doesn't seem fun. At every turn, they're wandering around having to rely on AdSense and all of this shit to, like, make their lives happen. And again, you have so many people who are getting free content who don't even want to do just like the smallest thing to help their faves, because they're convinced that everyone's rich and making like tons and tons of money because of like the 4 seconds of somebody's life that you actually see. So you assume that obviously that's everybody. Like, come on, y'all. Like, we're not all out here making bank. I certainly am not. The bulk of my money comes from my actual job and my mom. So like, I, first of all, wouldn't even want this to be my full-time job, but because of that, like, also, since it's not, I'm literally not gonna do half the things that people want. People are like, oh, the least you could do is look up the pronunciation. No, this is a hobby, and if I don't want to, I'm not going to. I'm gonna pronounce it badly and poorly every time, and I'm not gonna care, because it's a hobby. And I don't have to do it right. And so, in the event you're wondering, here are the parameters that you must meet in order to be the type of content creator that people want to watch. You must never get PR. You must also never do sponsorships. You must not put ads in your videos, because you can't earn any money from doing this, because that's, how dare you? How dare you? You have to pay for everything out of pocket so that you feel grateful. If you do go on any kind of brand trip, you have to make sure that you're not, I guess, flaunting your fabulous lifestyle in front of others, because I guess that's not cool. I personally enjoy living vicariously through others' fancy ass lives, because guess what? This bitch ain't going nowhere. I'm not gonna be rich. Are you? I want to see how the other half lives. I mean, I get it if you don't, but I want to see it. I need to know. I want to see your opulent lifestyle, because it brings me a modicum of joy in my dreary, tiny room that I'm in now. I'm ecstatic when I see you having a good time on the beach, because first of all, I don't like the beach. I think that the beach is beautiful. The idea of the beach, great. I like to travel, but I don't want to travel. Do you see what I'm saying? I want to be there, but I don't like all the things it takes to get there. That just makes me a miserable bitch. I'm like, could we just already be there, please? Thank you. That'd be great. So anyways, you also can never ever change, because that means that you're stuck up and you are entitled. You have to pretend, even if you're doing well, that you're not doing well. But even that might backfire, because if you pretend you're not doing super well, even if you are doing super well, and the nosy busybodies find out that you are doing well, well, then you're fake. You see what I'm saying? You just have to always be, you know, exactly what the public wants you to be whenever they want you to be it. Don't get any scandals. Don't hang out with people that they don't like. And don't make literally any mistakes, because you are not a human being. You are a product. And as such, we are also allowed to say whatever we want to you, even constructive criticism, although you didn't ask. Remember that time you asked for some constructive, oh wait, you didn't? And people just gave it to you anyway? Anyways, absolute perfection is key, but also, no, it's not, because you can be Jeffree Star, you can be Tati, you can be James Childs, and people are still gonna stay following you for whatever reason that they do. You know what I mean? You can completely destroy the community from the inside out. You can pretend like you didn't try to out people because your brand was dying and you're a poor business person, and people are gonna just lap it up and clap like seals when you just start revealing what happened. You see what I'm saying? And I think what always cracks me up is people will say things like, oh, well, everybody's moving to TikTok because because these creators are more than happy to do the work, like to do content in exchange for product. And you're saying the quiet part out loud. See, you don't think that we deserve to get paid, but you're also very nasty towards people who do reviews. Literally because they got product. And so you're like, it's not the stuff, it's the people, and it's how people get treated. And the more that you dehumanize someone, the more that you make them feel like they should be doing XYZ, or that they should quote unquote feel grateful because of what they do and get to do because you watch them, the less interested people are in doing things that make you happy, right? I think as an audience, sometimes we just get a little too full of ourselves. We think too highly of ourselves and what we do to contribute to people's success. And sometimes we don't really think about like how this content is free, whether it's here or it's on TikTok. It is free for us to watch, but it's not free for the content creator to do. And I've said this before.
I will sit here and listen to the truth, but I'm not gonna sit here and listen to a lie.
And no matter how cringe it is, even though it's annoying that some of these girlies are out here doing weird sponsorships or whatever it is that they do, you have to realize that they're spending a lot of money to make shit look the way that it looks. Now I get it, filters, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about filters. Honestly, I only care when it comes to certain products. And even then, it's really just like, I don't care anymore because it's just been that way. It was that way before YouTube. It'll be that way after. Like, they had all kinds of stuff that celebrities were doing. And because we couldn't yell at celebrities at the time, I feel like we just like took that ire out on YouTubers, which is just wild behavior. But I just feel like it's so interesting to watch the way people just don't think about all the work that goes into doing this. Like, I could never do what Abby does. You know what I mean? I could not be up at like 1 o'clock in the morning trying to film, knowing I have to work the next day. This is my hobby. Now, I probably could be on Twitch. Like, listen, let me be real. Like, I would be. I have been on Twitch when I should be like, get ready to go to work. I'm like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Oh, well, I'm awake now, bitch. But yeah, I mean, this of all of them, like I said, I do Twitch, I do several different platforms, you know, it is what it is. But beauty YouTube is so friggin' expensive. I honestly don't know why more people haven't quit, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know why, because it's so expensive. Like, it's a nice hobby and it's fun. Like, I love makeup. I'm still buying makeup. I'm still, you know, getting a few things from NPR. But but the thing is about that is, one, first of all, Lethal and Nomad Cosmetics are like two of the only brands, and obviously Drench, whatnot. But there's some very few brands that even bother to send PR to deep skinned people, like, at all. Most of these indie brands will send stuff to light-skinned black women specifically because they're scared. Like, let's be real. They are very scared. They're terrified that if they send something to someone who actually has deep skin, it won't look good, and they don't like that for themselves. Like, okay, I guess. They will continue to do collabs with more and more white creators, and that's fine as well. It is what it is. That's what I said. This is a white space, so I'm not mad about what happens in it anymore. I used to get like my panties in a wad, but now I just don't really care because, like, you know, that's how it is. Sometimes you enter white spaces and you realize that you're gonna be by yourself, and like, you can either attempt to assimilate and try to be just like them and still get paid dust, or you can go have fun elsewhere. which is what I am doing, and many of us are doing. So, white nonsense ruined the community. It really, I know people want to be like, it was the drama channels. It wasn't. They just reported on the white nonsense. Do you know what I mean? And I don't care what biases they had, if they had any at all. Everybody's got a bias. It's weird that people act like that they don't exist, but like, they do, baby. They do. Everybody has a bias. I just explained to you mine. So if you didn't hear that, like, I don't know what to tell you right now, because I literally just unveiled my entire bias to you, which is I'm a black content creator and I see things through the lens of being a black person, and I never not get to see that. And you as a white person don't ever have to worry about that. You never have to worry about it. So that's why it's so easy for y'all to defend and go, well, no, it's not this or it's not that, because you don't have to worry about it and it's not a problem for you, and it makes you feel bad to think that it is a problem for other people, you know? So if it makes you feel bad, then do something about it. But if you actually don't want to do anything about it, then don't even comment, because it's kind of a waste of everybody's time, and my block hand is strong.
Just saying. Don't you ever. You don't want out for everybody to know.
All right, so, oh my God. Now this was unexpected. Wait a minute. I wasn't expecting this to come out swinging like this, so I didn't, you know, because Teresa gave me, like, I think they're lip shears or something, and I really wasn't expecting this. Oop, I got a little outside the lines. Nobody's gonna notice on stream, I don't think. I don't think so. Who cares? Anyways, I'm cute. I look amazing, as I often do. Yes, I said that because I know that it's true. And I will see the rest of y'all whenever I feel like uploading another video, just chatting about things. Patrons, channel members, stay tuned because we're going to talk about this ritual defeat. All right.